Good morning. Welcome to the Outdoor Muscle Show. My name's Buck, and today we are trying something new. I'm going to do the show from the bike, and you won't have to look at me in this weird angle for too long. I'm going to switch it over so you can see the awesome bike path that I'm on today. But I also wanted to mention I'm using a new format. I'm going to talk about some headlines from the endurance sports world, move into the topic of the day, and then wrap up with a question from the Outdoor Muscle community. If you like the show on the bike, or if you hate the show on the bike, please let me know in the comments so I know whether or not I should keep doing it. So let's do around the horn from the endurance sports world. The Chicago Marathon came out with some news that they're going to be making qualifying times for the marathon more challenging. And if you're not sure how these big national marathons work, they get so many people who want to do them that they have to do a lottery system. And then they have qualifying times for faster runners to basically bypass the lottery and get a guaranteed spot. But because people are so much faster now and there's so many more runners out there, they have to make those times increasingly difficult. So I'm going to give you the qualifying times for the top 3 age groups. For men age 16 to 34, the new qualifying time is 2 hours and 55 minutes, sub 3 hours. For women in non-binary categories, it's 3 hours and 25 minutes. And then from there, it goes up by 5 minutes with each age group. So 35 to 39 for men is 3 hours. The women in non-binary categories, it's 3:30. For 40 to 44, it's 3:05 and 3:35. And it'll go up by 5 minutes through age 60. And then you get bigger leaps by like 15 minutes. So I don't know about you, but I'm not going to be qualifying for the Chicago Marathon anytime soon. You think you'll make it? Let me know in the comments. Next up, we have a pretty interesting piece of news out of the Tour de France for the cyclists out there. There's been a lot of questions. Oh, hold on, going over a train track. There's been a lot of discussion on the internet on what these cyclists from the Tour de France are drinking after they complete the stage. And there's a lot of teams that were drinking what appeared to be the same red liquid. And what that liquid is may actually surprise you a little bit. Now, there may be other stuff mixed in here, but what's giving it that red coloring is actually cherry juice. So there's been quite a bit of research that's come out that shows that cherry juice is great at reducing inflammation, muscle soreness, and stress after strenuous exercise. Now, if you're wondering why are they drinking it after the stage is completed, cherry juice has also been shown to be an effective sleep aid because it includes melatonin and tryptophan. And I've actually tried this out. I've had some tart cherry juice concentrate before bed, and it really does work. It feels very similar to me to melatonin when I take a melatonin pill. So I don't know. Have you tried tart cherry juice? Have you noticed any kind of endurance benefit from it or sleep benefit? If you have, leave it in the comments. The last headline we had today is for the triathletes. Ironman has announced a new 70.3 location. So if you live in Central America or you've ever wanted to visit, this location might be of interest to you because Ironman said they will be doing a 70.3 in El Salvador. This is going to take place in the capital city of San Salvador. And I looked up some photos of the area. I gotta say, it is a beautiful spot. I could totally see why someone would want to do a triathlon there. But Salvador's been in the news a lot lately and not for its beauty. So let me know, would you do a Ironman in San Salvador? That's it for the headlines today, guys. Let's move into the topic of the day. So for the topic of the day, I'm going to turn the bike camera around here so you can see my path. I'm about to go through a Christmas tree farm, so I think it's pretty unique. It's beautiful. There's no one else out here because it's not even 6 in the morning yet. And I just want you to have something nice to look at while I talk about this topic. So the topic of the day today is motivation in training for endurance sports. And I think this is somewhat different for endurance sports than it is for just general motivation to work out, which a lot of people struggle with. But when it comes to endurance sports, you just need motivation a lot more. And there's a lot of talk right now like, oh, we don't need motivation, we need discipline. It's like, well, maybe we need both because I sure feel a lot more disciplined when I'm motivated. And there's ways that I can motivate myself. So why wouldn't I use that as a strategy? So when a client came to me and said they're struggling with their motivation to get through their training plan for a marathon, this is essentially what I told them, and here are my thoughts on it. Motivation is a great thing. It's just unpredictable. But you can use your thoughts to spark that motivation when you're not feeling like doing your workouts. And when it comes to endurance sports, you have so many more workouts during the week than other activities, right? Like I'm training for an Ironman at the moment, and I'm doing anywhere from 12 to 18 workouts a week. So having a little bit of motivation on my side can actually go a long way, because that's 18 times, on a heavy week that I have to sit there and convince myself to put on my swimsuit or get on the bike or go for a run or go lift weights. And it can be a lot. So some of the things I like to do is remind myself of why I do this. And the reason I chose to get so into endurance sports a decade ago is because they're like a form of therapy for me. I feel better. I feel alive. I feel like I'm experiencing the world in unique ways. That's why triathlon in particular has been so great, because I get to experience the world like this on the bike. I get to experience it on the trail when I run, in the lakes when I swim. And I know that once I convince myself to put on the shoes, put on the bathing suit, head out the door, it's going to be a good day, and I'm going to be glad I did it. And sometimes I just have to remind myself that. Experiencing the world in unique ways is at the top of my list for why I do this. Now, the next level of why I do this that I try to remind myself is for health. I used to have very high blood pressure. I was never really that overweight, but I did have high blood pressure, high triglycerides, high cholesterol. And I know a lot of that was diet. So when I made dietary changes, it was around the same time that I changed to endurance sports. And maintaining this level of fitness for endurance sports has actually led to a decrease across the board in all of those biological markers. So I know that going out and doing this, maintaining this high level of fitness, it's gonna be great for my heart rate, blood pressure, my triglycerides are down, my body fat is lower than it's ever been before. And there's a lot of mental health benefits, like I kind of mentioned in the first aspect, that go along with doing this. So if I can remind myself of those things in the moment, it can really help. All right, let's pause, got a stop sign. So I like to remind myself of my goals, my personal goals, why I do this, because it makes me feel good, because it allows me to experience life, and because it's good for my health. But what if those reminders just aren't enough? Then what? If I can't think my way into being motivated, then I go to actual tangible things I like to do. And people tend to underestimate how powerful this is, but I will put on a song that I know puts me in a good mood, makes me want to get up and go. Sometimes it's gonna be a little bit angrier music. I listen to a lot of punk and metal, but that'll do the trick. Sometimes it's like classic rock or hip hop or something that just gives me some energy. And this can help. It really does. It sounds so simple and obvious, but people forget they have it as a tool to use to help get them out the door. Sometimes I'll watch a YouTube video, one of those kind of cheesy motivational ones, but they work. They really do make me want to go try harder and do the things I say I'm going to do. And I don't think there's any shame in watching a motivational video if it works and it gets you to go do your workout. Now, this is the break glass in case of emergency strategy that I'm going to cover next. And I get not everyone has one of these at home, but I suggest you get one, because this will get me out the door like nothing else. I told my wife when I started training for the Ironman, do not let me slack on this. You have full privilege to call me every name in the book if I try to get out of doing my workout for the day. And there have been times I don't want to do anything. I'm so tired because I work a full-time job. I work a side business and I'm exhausted. And I know those are the times I need to go to her and be like, I don't want to work out today, because she will make sure that I do. So get yourself someone who will hold you accountable and has no problem being honest with you. And she's great about it. And if I push back, she says, you told me you wanted me to do this. told me not to let you slack. And yeah, I don't want to disappoint my wife. So I go and I do my workout. So that's it. Just a couple easy strategies. Let's move to the final part of today's episode, which is a question from one of our YouTube subscribers. I made a video about using heavy ankle weights for endurance training, using them for things like standing hamstring curls, hanging leg raises, walking lunges, and even doing power walks in them. And I got a question from a cross-country athlete asking if she should run in ankle weights. And my answer to that is no. I would not advise running in ankle weights because there's been some research that shows it can affect your stride. Your stride is very specific to you, and you don't want to mess with it too much because then it can lead to injuries. It can affect your performance. And in my opinion, it's just not worth the risk for that little bit of weighted cardio gain. I'd rather see someone wearing a weighted vest or a ruck. And even in those situations, I wouldn't advise running in those things. I would advise using those for a low impact way of making your walk a little more challenging. I got into the ankle weights after reading the Strength Manual for Running by Louis Simmons at Westside Barbell. And he advises using them for all the things I said. Power walks and standing hamstring curls, like other high volume muscular endurance exercises, but not actually running in them. So hopefully that answers that person's question and they'll find some value in them without actually strapping up and going for a run in ankle weights. I'm going to flip the camera around. That's it for today's episode, guys. I do want to mention that I have some new training programs available on Training Peaks. These are DIY training plans that you can follow on your own. Great for more experienced athletes or really any athlete who just wants a great plan written by certified strength and conditioning specialist, personal trainer, running coach, etc. at an affordable price. I also want to mention if you have some sort of big endurance race goal in mind, I offer custom coaching tailored to you and the race you want to achieve. The link for both the training plans and my custom coaching, if you're interested, is in the description below. If you enjoyed the episode, the new format, the filming from the bike, I really enjoyed doing it on the bike. So if you like it, please let me know. Please like and subscribe to the channel. I know everyone says this, but it really does help. I'm going to be doing a lot more of these quick morning shows, so I'd love it if you stuck around. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.